Welcome to my channel. This tutorial uses the Sartor system to draft a basic pant block. With this system, all measurements are calculated as a proportion of the cape length. The pant block can be drafted for any gender and is particularly helpful for creating period silhouettes. Check out my Patreon in the description below for a written guide for this tutorial and options for private tutoring in CLO3D. Let's get started. All right. I went ahead and put an avatar in with the measurements of the person that I'm going to be drafting these pants for. And the first step is to calculate a whole bunch of measurements based on the height, waist, and hip of the person that you are drafting these pants for. I've included that list of measurements in the description, but I recommend going to my Patreon to get the written PDF guide because you can just fill in the height, waist, and hips in that guide and it will both calculate and auto-populate all the measurements you need for this tutorial. Once you have everything calculated, the first step is to start with a rectangle. So let's get the rectangle tool or the S hotkey, and that is right here in the 2D toolbar. And click anywhere in the 2D window. And for the width, we want to use our 1/4 hip circumference measurement. So for me, that is 9.38. And for height, we want to use our crotch depth, which for me is 9.89. And then go ahead and click OK. I went ahead and labeled these points A, B, C, and D, and that will be helpful if you're following along with the written guide. So this is the hip portion of the block. We're going to go ahead and create the leg portion now. So go to the Edit Pattern tool or the Z hotkey, and that is right here in the 2D toolbar. And we're going to pick line CD. We're going to right-click that line, and we're going to choose Offset Pattern Outline. For this, the direction we want to keep extend, and the distance we want to be the inseam. So for me, that is 36 inches. And go ahead and click OK. I went ahead and labeled those points we just created E and F. And now we're going to create the area that's going to be the crotch seam. So still with the Edit Pattern tool, we're going to right-click line CE and then choose Offset Pattern Outline. And then for distance, we're going to do the front crotch extension, which for me is 2.34. Again, just one number of offsets, direction extend, and OK. I labeled those new points G and H, and we actually don't need point E anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and click point E and then hit delete on my keyboard to delete it. Now we're going to create a reference point for the drafting hip. So with the Add Point Split Line tool, which is the X hotkey, and which is right here in the 2D toolbar, you have to click and hold to find the drop-down menu, Add Point Split Line. And you're going to right-click on line BD near point D. And for line 1, which means that it's the line that's closer to D, we want to input the dart length, which for me is 3.3 inches, and then leave everything else as is. Click OK. I labeled that point 1. And now the other point, we're going to go to line HF, and anywhere on the line you can right click, choose Uniform Split, number of segments 2, and then click OK. And that is point 2. We'll go ahead and draw these lines in now with the internal polygon tool or the G hotkey, and that is right here in the 2D toolbar. And we'll just click on point 1, hold shift or use the pink guideline, and then wherever it squares out to on line AC, go ahead and double click to complete that, and that will be your drafting hip. And similarly, we're going to click on point 2 and then hold shift and go up all the way to that crease line. We're going to leave a point on the crease line as well because we want to make sure there's an intersection there, and then keep going and then double click on line AB. So I just single clicked on the drafting hip and then I double clicked on line AB, and that is our crease line. Now, generally, just because of the way people stand, we don't really want this crease line to be straight up and down. We actually want to shift it towards the inseam. If you're making a pant that has a tighter fit, such as like a riding pant or tight breeches, then you'll actually want to shift it towards the outseam, and that will leave more room up here for movement purposes. But for the basic block, we're going to go to the Edit Pattern tool or the Z hotkey. And with the Edit Pattern tool, I'm just going to go ahead and click and drag to box select points H2 and F. And then I'm going to click on the selection and then drag it towards the inseam on the x-axis, right click, and then I can input a distance moved, which I want to be 1 inch. So it's 1 inch negative on the x-axis and 0 inches on the y-axis. Click OK. And now that we've moved it over, we want to kind of correct this tilt by squaring out these corners. We're going to do that by going to the transform point / segment tool, which you can only access by clicking and holding on this icon here with the edit pattern tool, choosing transform point / segment. And then while I've still got these selected, this little rotating icon appears. Click and drag that and just rotate that until your point H and F are both roughly equal 90 degrees. So it doesn't need to be totally perfect, but like 89.6 and 90.4 is pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. Now we can create our knee line that will be at the same angle as our new cuff line. And for that, we're going back to the edit pattern tool, or the Z hotkey. And I'm just going to shift click lines H2 and line 2F, just so the whole cuff is selected. Right click the selection, choose offset as internal line. And for this number, we're going to choose number of offsets, just one, distance all. And we want to input our knee height, which for me is 20 inches. I have extend checked just in case. Go ahead and click OK. And that is our knee line. We want to make sure that there are points on the outseam and the inseam where the knee line crosses. So right click that knee line that you just created and then choose extend, trim, and add point to pattern outline. And we will call those points 3 and 4. All right, this is the rough block of the pant. Now we're going to take the steps to make this the front part of the pants. We'll go to the edit pattern tool, or the Z hotkey. Go ahead and click and drag point A. Any direction is fine because we're just going to right click. And then for the X axis, I'm going to put in 0.25. And the Y axis, I'm going to put 0. So it's just moving it in 1/4 of an inch, and then go ahead and click OK. Now we're going to right click line AB and then choose change length. For the length, we're going to input 1/4 waist circumference, which for me is 8.13. And the direction we want to be start, and so that's going to make this hip part curve in. Go ahead and click OK. Now I want to raise point B up just a little bit, so I'm going to click and drag, but then right click, input on the X axis 0 and the Y axis 0.5 inches, then click OK. All right, now we can go ahead and make a decision on how wide we want our knee and our cuff to be. I think it's totally fine to make this later while you're drafting your actual pant from this block. So I'll just give you some arbitrary measurements. For the cuff, go ahead and shift click lines H2 and 2F. You have to click both of those since there's a point in the middle. Right click the selection and choose change length. And for the cuff, let's go ahead and make it 9 inches. And for direction, we want to make it smaller on both sides equally. So we're going to choose both and click OK. And we're going to do something similar for the knee. Go ahead and right click lines 3, 4, change length, and then you can choose this arbitrary number 10. That will change that. Again, the direction we want to be both, so it's still equal on both sides of the crease line, and then click OK. And when we did that, of course, it just changed the internal line. It didn't move the points that we made. So just click and drag points 4 and 3 to line them back up with that internal line, and you are good to go. This is actually all we need to do on the front pattern. So for the back, we're going to just make a copy of the front and start there. To do that, we're going to the Transform Pattern tool, or the A hotkey that is up here in the 2D toolbar. And I'm just going to click on this front pattern and do Control or Command C to copy, and then Control or Command V to paste. And I'm just going to click anywhere in the 2D window to paste my back pattern. So for the back, we're going to do a similar process. We're going to the Edit Pattern tool, or the Z hotkey, and we're going to start right here at point C, and we're going to click and drag just anywhere, and then right click to input the moving distance. On the x-axis, we're going to put 0.5, and on the y-axis, we want to be 0. Then go ahead and click OK. And now you can right click line GC, which is this line right here. Right click and then choose change length. And for this measurement, we're going to put our back crotch extension. So that for me is 5.69. And for the direction, we want to be end so that it extends it further. And then click OK. All right, now for point A, we want to again click and drag and then right click. For the x-axis, we want it to be the back rise extension. So that for me is 1.63, and on the x-axis and on the y-axis 1.63. So it's going to move it up and over this way. Go ahead and click OK. And now we need to move point B over, and we want to keep it on the same x-axis that it's on. But we want to make sure that this line right here that currently says 6.5 is equal to our total back waist width. So I'm going to click and hold point B, and I'm just going to hold shift and drag it out perfectly on the x-axis until the line length shows my back waist width, which for me is 9.25. So I'm just going to go ahead and unclick, and looks like we nailed it. That's awesome. And on the back, you can see there's some weird curvature happening here. That's normal. All we're going to do to get rid of that is delete point 1 and point D. So if I click on point 1, I need to choose I want the point on the pattern, not on the internal line. Click that and then hit delete on the keyboard, and then do the same for point D. Just click and hit delete. And now we can go ahead and add the dart in the back. So go back to that Add Point Split Line tool, which is the X hotkey. Right click on line AB and then choose Uniform Split, number of segments 2. Click OK. We're calling that 0.5. And now go to the Edit Pattern tool, or the Z hotkey, and right click 0.5 and choose Add Dart. And for the total width, that's your dart width, which for me is 1.13. And then leave the dart arm width alone, go straight to length, and that is your dart length, which for me is 3.3 inches. You can keep Shape Dart Cap selected, click OK. And then it's just telling you to choose how you want that curved, but that looks good to me, so I'm going to go ahead and press Enter to complete my dart. All right, now we're ready to put in some curves into this pattern. So we'll start with the curve of the crotch seam. We're going to go to the Smooth Curve tool, which is right here in the 2D toolbar. You have to click and hold on Edit Pattern and then choose Smooth Curve. And on the back, we can just click point C and then drag out, and then wherever it ends, like as far as it can go, is fine. You can let go of it there. You can also right click and then you can input your back crotch extension, which should be exactly this number, and mine is. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the curvature at 50 and click OK. Now for the front, you can do the same thing. If you are making a pattern for a female, you can just click and drag on point C as far as it'll go, and then that's fine. But if you're making a pattern for somebody who is male, you can go ahead and right click again while that's selected, and on line 1, instead of having the length of the front crotch extension, you're going to go ahead and type in the back crotch extension. So for me, that was that 5.69, and that's just going to give you a little bit more room in this part of the pant if you need it. I want to take this time to say that clothing is for all genders, so choose the option that honors the body of the person who will be wearing the pants. With that being said, now that we have those curves in place, we want to go ahead and lower this back point once more. So go back to the Edit Pattern tool, or the Z hotkey, click point G, drag straight down or wherever, right click, and then for distance moved, we're going to leave that as is. Y-axis, we want to do -0.5. And then click OK. And that is the finished curve of the crotch seam in both the front and the back. And we can go ahead and put in the curves for the inseams. So for that, I'm actually going to use the Edit Curvature tool, or the C hotkey. That's just yet another one of these tools that is up here in the 2D toolbar underneath the Edit Pattern tool. So I would say for the front, just a gentle curve is great. You don't want it to be bowing back in above the knee, so you can adjust that very subtle. For the back, it's a little bit more extreme. The more tight of a curve it is up here, the more fitted the leg will be around the thigh, and the more gentle of a curve it is, the more room you'll have in the thigh area here. And we want to go ahead and add in a curve on line B1 as well to just accommodate the hip area. If you are having trouble getting these curves to look good, you can go back to the Edit Pattern tool, or the Z hotkey. And when you click on one of those curved lines, these Bezier handles will appear, and you can go ahead and move those around to fine-tune your curves. All right, that is actually all we need to do to draft these pants. And now it is time to sew them together. So I'm going to go to the Transform Pattern tool, or the A hotkey, and just do Control-Command-A to select all, and Control-Command-D to duplicate with symmetric sewing. And I'm just going to place them anywhere in the 2D window by just clicking. Okay, so sewing pants, it can be confusing. Even for the best of us, we can sometimes sew the wrong legs, so follow carefully on what I'm about to do. We're going to start with the Segment Sewing tool, or the N hotkey, and we're going to start with the inseam. And it's very important that we sew the left side of the front to the left side of the back, and it's not this one, it's this one. So click line 3H on the front left piece, and then line 3H on the back left piece. There we go. And then same above the knee, line G3 on the front left and line G3 on the back left. And the reason why we're doing this in two segments is that sometimes the back inseam is longer than the front, to help kind of ease that in. And we want that to ease in above the knee, while below the knee it sews together perfectly. So since that's done, we're going to go ahead and go to the Free Sewing tool, which is the M hotkey, and that is right here in the 2D toolbar. And on the same left front piece, I'm going to click point B and then all the way down to point F. And then on the same back left piece, I'm going to click point B and then all the way down to point F, and that'll be good to go. And we're going to go ahead now, we can sew the crotch seam in the front, so that gets sewn to the front, so A to G on the left to A to G on the right, and then the crotch seam on the back is A to G on the right to A to G on the left. And those are all the sewing points we need. The darts are already sewn, so we can go ahead and dress our avatar now. So go to the Select Move tool, or the Q hotkey, and that is over here in the 3D toolbar. I might just move these pants out of the way so to make it easier to see. And we're going to go Shift F on the keyboard. And starting with our fronts, maybe clicking somewhere around the knee, making sure that my pattern pieces are going on the right way. So yes, that's my outseam. That looks good. We can go ahead and click that knee point, and then the same on the back. Just click the back, and then somewhere around the knee, click that again, and nope, that's switched, so maybe click that one. Yes, that's my outseam. That looks good, and this is so helpful because it's really hard to wrap pants around the leg. Looks like I'm going to have some collision issues, so I might just move these all up off his feet a little bit. All right. Oh, okay. And then you can go ahead and simulate and continue adjusting as you need to get them in place, and you have yourself your pant block. And now this can be used to make any other, and this can be used as a starting point to make other types of pants. So that was a lot of measurements that we inputted, but like I said, the written PDF guide both automatically calculates and auto-populates all of those measurements, making this a lot easier to follow along with. Thanks for watching, you guys. I look forward to helping you out with the next tutorial.